What if I told you that Florida's housing market in 2025 could be both a goldmine for some and a nightmare for others? It's a bold statement, but it's true. Whether you love or hate Florida, there's no denying it's one of the most talked about states in real estate. Welcome back to Live South Florida. I'm a realtor with a dedicated real estate team, and we'd love to help you if you're considering making a move to Florida or even within the state. If you're new here, this is your go-to channel for all things Florida living, from the pros and cons of moving here to breaking down what's really happening in the housing market. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up so you do not miss out on future updates. You've probably seen the headlines, everyone is leaving Florida, or Florida's real estate market is doomed. Maybe you even saw my video, why is everyone leaving Florida, which is right here, which has gotten over 225,000 views in just over 2 months. Or perhaps my video, top 8 reasons not to move to Florida, which has racked up over 500,000 views. It's interesting to see that the videos focusing on the negatives about Florida tend to perform exceptionally well on YouTube, yet despite the attention-grabbing headlines and critiques, people are still moving to Florida in droves. From the comments I've received, it's clear that opinions about living in Florida are as divided as ever. However, from my personal experience, we've been getting a lot of inquiries from people seriously considering a move to Florida in 2025, showing that despite the chatter, interest in relocating to the Sunshine State remains high. Some people celebrate the sunshine, beaches, relaxed lifestyle, and Ron DeSantis, while others point out challenges like hurricanes, heat, rising costs, and yep, Ron DeSantis. This divide makes Florida one of the most fascinating places to discuss, and in this video, I'm here to cut through the noise and break down what's really going on in Florida's housing market for 2025. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into the good and bad and everything in between. Florida is one of the most dynamic real estate markets in the country, and 2025 is shaping up to be a pivotal year. Why? Well, we've got a mix of challenges and opportunities ahead. The state has always been a magnet for people seeking warm weather, tax benefits, and a vibrant lifestyle, but as we'll see, the landscape is shifting. Let's start with the big picture. First things first, the good news. The Florida housing market isn't headed for a crash anytime soon. That's right. Despite all the doom and gloom, experts are predicting stability. According to Realtor.com, 2 Florida regions, the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, and Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford regions are among the top 10 hottest markets in the country. This is thanks to Florida's sunny beaches, favorable tax climate, and a laid-back vibe that continues to attract buyers from the Northeast, Midwest, and beyond, including California. But that doesn't mean everything is smooth sailing. While demand remains strong, South Florida's counties like Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade have seen a noticeable slowdown in home sales over the past year. Broward County, for example, experienced a 38.1% year-over-year decline in single-family home sales in November 2024. What's causing this? It's a mix of factors: rising mortgage rates, economic uncertainty, and some buyers waiting for the right moment to jump back in. So why is 2025 the year to watch? Many experts believe pent-up demand will play a huge role. The 2024 election caused some uncertainty, leaving buyers and sellers on the sidelines. With that behind us, people are ready to make moves again. From personal experience, we've seen a significant number of inquiries about moving to Florida in 2025, indicating a strong interest in the state as a top destination. This could lead to a more balanced market where buyers finally have a bit more negotiating power. Another key factor is population growth. Florida's population has been steadily increasing with nearly 23 million residents as of 2024. That's a lot of people looking for homes. Cities like Tampa, Orlando, and Pensacola are seeing job growth and lifestyle amenities that make them appealing destinations. However, it's worth noting that while Florida continues to attract retirees and older adults, a surprising number of younger residents are leaving. In 2023, a record 500,000 people moved out of Florida, with the average age of those leaving being 32. Rising housing costs and limited career opportunities were cited as major factors driving this exodus. States like Tennessee and North Carolina have become attractive alternatives for their more affordable living options and stronger job markets. Florida has long been one of the fastest growing states, but recent migration trends reveal a more complex story. According to the Florida Chamber of Commerce, over 500,000 people left the state in 2023, marking the highest number ever recorded. This outflow is second only to California. Interestingly, the average age of those leaving was 32, pointing to challenges in retaining younger, early career workers. These individuals cited the perception of limited career opportunities and rising housing costs as their primary reason for leaving. In contrast, nearly 637,000 people moved to Florida in the same period, with people aged 60 and older making up the largest group. Florida remains a top destination for retirees, but the state's ability to attract and retain a diverse workforce is becoming a pressing issue. This trend underscores a broader challenge for Florida's housing and job markets. While the state continues to lead the nation in net income migration, bringing in $36 billion annually, the Florida Chamber warns that rising housing costs and a lack of affordable options are pushing out younger residents. Initiatives like the Live Local Act aim to expand affordable housing and strengthen the state's talent pipeline, but these will take time to bear fruit. The Chamber emphasizes the need for businesses to actively participate in retaining talent and ensuring that Florida remains an attractive place for people of all ages to live and work. Of course, it's not all rainbows and sunshines. Rising insurance costs, skyrocketing HOA fees, and climate risk are significant challenges. These factors are hitting some markets harder than others. In places like Fort Myers and Sarasota, rents have dropped significantly, which is creating financial strain for landlords who bought properties at peak prices. This has led to speculation about a potential investor sell-off in 2025. However, it is important to note that rents are still well above pre-pandemic levels, so landlords who invested wisely are holding steady. Now let's talk numbers. Mortgage rates are expected to average around 6.8% in 2025. While that's slightly better than 2024's highs, it's still a far cry from the ultra-low rates that we saw during the pandemic. On the flip side, inventory is rising, which is fantastic news for buyers. More homes on the market means more choices and possibly better deals. This shift is bringing a gradual balance to the market. Homes are staying on the market longer, giving buyers more leverage, and prices are stabilizing in many areas. Condo and townhouse inventory in particular has jumped by 75% in some locations. For buyers, this means opportunities to snag a property without the bidding wars that we saw a couple of years ago. For sellers, though, it's a different story. If you're selling a condo, pricing strategically and making your property stand out will be crucial in this more competitive environment. So what does this all mean if you're looking to buy or sell in Florida? For buyers, the increased inventory is a win. You'll have more options and potentially more negotiating power, but be cautious. Rising HOA fees and climate risks should factor into your decision-making process. For sellers, it's all about strategy. Homes are taking longer to sell, so making your property appealing and pricing it right will be key. The single-family home market remains relatively stable due to high demand, but sellers in the condo market will need to work harder to attract buyers. One of the most intriguing aspects of Florida's market is its diversity. Coastal cities like Miami and Tampa Bay continue to see price growth driven by demand from both domestic and international buyers. Meanwhile, areas like Gainesville and Palm Bay, Melbourne, Titusville face higher risk of price declines due to affordability challenges and economic uncertainty. These regional differences highlight the importance of understanding local markets when making real estate decisions. Let's briefly touch on why waiting until 2025 to buy might be a smart move. For one, we could see price stabilization or even slight corrections in some areas. This could make sellers more motivated to negotiate. Secondly, mortgage rates might stabilize or even decrease slightly, making homeownership more affordable. Third, with inventory on the rise, buyers will have more choices and less competition. And finally, waiting gives you time to save, improve your credit, or just prepare for one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Florida's economic growth also plays a critical role in its housing market. The state leads the nation in net income migration, bringing in nearly $36 billion annually. This influx of wealth supports local economies and adds demand for high-end properties, particularly in luxury markets. However, this economic boom also highlights disparities as middle and lower income residents struggle with rising costs. Efforts like the Live Local Act aim to address these challenges by expanding affordable housing options, but it remains to be seen how impactful these initiatives will be in the long run. The bottom line, Florida's housing market is evolving and 2025 is shaping up to be a year of stabilization and opportunity. Whether you're Team Florida or Team No Thanks, it's clear that this state remains a major player in the real estate world. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you planning to buy, sell, or just watch from the sidelines? And I'd love to hear what type of content you'd like to see more of in 2025. Do you prefer market updates like this, city guides, or property showcases? Your feedback helps me create these videos that you want to see. Every day we receive calls, texts, social media messages, and emails from people just like you who are planning their move to South Florida. And we absolutely love being part of that journey. Whether your move is happening next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call, text, or connect with me on social media, and we'll be thrilled to help you make your best move yet. Be sure to check out the description below for more details, including a free relocation guide that you can download. This guide is packed with everything that you need to know to make your move to Florida smooth and stress-free. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you found it helpful. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.